Congratulations on the win, the first manager to lead England to a winning start of the Euros in front of fans. I mean, just sum up how that game went for you and how it feels.
Well, it feels great to have been able to send the fans home happy and to have fans up and down the country happy. That's very special. In terms of the game, I was really pleased with the way we settled so quickly. It's some young players, some inexperienced international players, big occasion, not only a tough opponent, but a big occasion, sweltering hot day. Every reason to potentially look nervous at the start, but they didn't. With and without the ball, they were composed, carried out what we wanted to do in terms of pressing brilliantly. And although it was always going to be a game of few clear chances, I thought we looked the bigger threat throughout, really.
Thanks, Simon. Next we'll go to Dan King.
Hi, Gareth. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot will be talked about Raheem Sterling and his goal. But Calvin Phillips, you had options from the squad that you left out who played Champions League finals. You've had more experienced players you could have played in the team, and you've left them out. How pleased with you with how he coped with playing against that incredible midfield and producing that performance on the goal?
Yeah, I think we watched him a lot last season or the season before last in the Championship. We were going to bring him in to the squad ahead of the Euros a year ago. He's now had a year of Premier League football. He's technically good, and we also knew that the athleticism today in midfield was going to be so important. We had to get tight to their three midfield players, and Mason, Calvin and Declan did that really well, along with the wide players helping out and Harry taking up the right positions. So they did a lot of the job for the defence to limit the opportunities. And Calvin is a fabulous boy to work with, so unassuming, and I thought his performance was outstanding. The two passes in the first half in behind the defence were top level, and the contribution for the goal summed his day up, really.
Thanks, Dan. Next we'll go to Alex Howe from BBC Sport.
I was just going to touch on the midfield three again. How happy are you with the balance in the middle of the pitch, in particular, Calvin Phillips?
Yeah, I think we know that we're asking him to play in a slightly advanced position from that he plays at his club. But he's got the techniques to be able to do that. It gives us a bit more solidity in midfield, and allows us to effectively play four attacking players with Mason in midfield as well. So we think that three in midfield was a good balance, but also again I have to credit the forwards for doing their job without the ball as well. And every time we made runs in behind, whether that was from midfield or from the front, we looked a real threat, and I thought we could have done that a little bit more, if anything. So pleased with a lot of things. There's still obviously, as always, things we can get even better at.
Thanks, Alex. Next we'll go to John Cross.
Hi, Gareth. I was just going to ask you a little bit more about Raheem. What an incredible 48 hours for him, bearing in mind the MBE as well. There's so much competition for places, but his performance today showed how much he wanted that, capped off by the goal, didn't it? Yeah, he's been a reliable performer for us for a long period of time, and his goals record in the last 2.5 years with us and with his club. I mean, even this year, I know people are saying he hasn't hit the heights, but he's still 1 in 3 for his club, and we can't have all the burden of scoring on Harry's shoulders. You've got to have players in those wide areas and in midfield that can chip in as well. So I thought he looked a threat the whole day. I'm delighted for him because it's obviously quite a few tournament matches without scoring ahead of today's game. But he looked a threat right from the start. I think it was a throw-in. He got in on a throw-in and for Phil's chance that hit the post, and that sort of set the tone for his day, I thought, today. I have to also say his work without the ball was phenomenal, positionally, and also the desire to track and stop them advancing.
Thanks, John. Next we'll go to Stuart Rayner from the Yorkshire Post.
Hi, Gareth. Can I just ask? You mentioned looking at Calvin with regards to March of 2020. Did he need the experience of Premier League football for you to be able to trust him in a major tournament?
Well, I mean, we would have picked him in that March, and we'd have had to see where it would have gone from there. But of course, to be able to work with the coach that he has, and to have a season of playing in the Premier League would have given him tremendous confidence. But I think all those attributes were there. You know, the range of passing, the athleticism, the desire. So, yeah, for us, he's just a very good footballer and high performance, low maintenance. We like that a lot.
Thanks, Stuart. Next we go to Paul Joyce of the Times. Can hear. Go, Paul.
Gareth, I was just wondering what the victory did for, or how you saw the rest of the group in terms of the momentum now for the team.
Well, this is the big challenge for us now because, of course, we're delighted with the win and the players are happy, and it's a positive step in terms of qualification. But one of the hardest things in sport is to come back to that point you were before the kick-off for the next game. You can get a bit of a glow of the win and a bit soft and a bit puddingy when you poke your finger in the belly. And we've got to make sure that we're ready for what is going to be an incredible game against Scotland and a huge challenge. So we have to find that. We should enjoy tonight because I think you have to enjoy your wins, especially in tournaments. But focus now. Our first objective is qualification. We haven't done that yet. And we've got a very important game for us and our fans on Friday night.
Thanks, Paul. Next we'll go to Sam Wallace. Sorry, Paul, we'll go to Sam Wallace.
Hello,
next.
You just mentioned just earlier in your remarks just about you'd like the forwards to get in behind the line a little bit more, running in behind. What do you think happened there, and why do you think that didn't happen as much as you would like?
Well, I think it happened a fair amount, and we got Calvin and Mason in there as well. I think part of that was the heat today. I mean, it was incredible conditions, really. They're fortunate they can keep the ball better than the team I played in because we'd have been chasing forever and running out of gas, I think. So we knew we had to pick the moments of when to retain possession and make Croatia run. And when to go in behind, it just felt like if we'd been able to go in behind a little bit more, that was definitely the threat. But you've always got to have that. You've always got to have those runs in behind that disrupt their back line and create space for the players that want to get in between the lines to play.
Thanks, Sam. We've got time for two more, starting with James Robson of The Standard.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, James.
I just wonder what your thoughts were on Harry Kane today. It felt like a bit of a frustrating day for him. Perhaps a lack of service, not getting into the box enough.
I think he led the line really well. It was a game where he had to take a lot of physical buffeting. A lot of the game for him today was to link and to create space as he did for the goal for others to go and play. And of course, there are days where the chances will fall to him, and he'll be the one able to get his shots away. Today, he was really tightly marked by their team and crowded out. They know what a threat he is, not only high up the pitch, but dropping between the lines. I haven't actually seen the chance at the far post again to see how good a chance that was. But he brings so much more to our team than just the goals.
Thanks, James. And we'll finish with Sammy Mockbell from the Mail.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, Sammy.
A lot of your play went into the unknown today without any major tournament experience. How key was dealing with that pressure, and now obviously dealing with even more pressure because the expectation, given today's result within the country, will go up a level.
Yeah, I think the pressure is what we decide it to be, and we've talked about this as a group. We have opportunities to be the first to do things. I didn't realise today was the first win in an opening game, so that's something that they've managed to achieve that no other team has done. We just focused on what is this team about, where do we want to go, how do we work as a group, build on the performances, build on the training that they've all put in over the last 2 weeks, and it's for everybody else to get excited and throw their beer around and do whatever else they want. That's brilliant to be able to give that joy to people. But for us, we're on to the next and preparing for a really tough game on Friday.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.